Welcome to 2K Sports presentation of the NBA, but the bad news is there is no basketball, there is no NBA. The game has been canceled. Ha ha! Happy April Fool's Day, baby! This is the NBA, and we've got a great one in store. Here with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. Now we get a chance to check out the seeding out east. 4 games left on the schedule here. You take a look at the 76ers. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And checking out Washington, they're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
And for Philadelphia, they've been on a roll this season, currently first in the conference, but they know they still have a lot of work to do.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe.
Here we go.
The captain out there with George, and it's Embiid in at the 5 spot. And for the Wizards, we've got Bilal Coulibaly. Alexander Sarr is out there with Kispert. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's McCollum in at the point guard position. Greg, not many games remain in the season, and the posturing beginning for these teams as they jostle for postseason positioning.
This is the time to give full effort and to really communicate. When the pressure rises, teams can either gel together or fall apart. A solid passer and rebounder, but it's really scoring where Middleton shows up big. He can be just relentless on that end of the floor. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Kispert wide open. He fires off the mark there with the 3-point shot. So for Philadelphia, their last game, a win against the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the 3-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Embiid throws it down.
And you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Embiid throwing it down with some funk.
Wizards have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. McCollum kicks to Middleton. Pass to Coulibaly. Here's Sarr from deep. And the rejection by Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. And this Wizards team, Greg, giving its young players every opportunity to develop.
Yeah, these young guys were the NBA equivalent of drinking from a fire hose. But after years of just treading water and mediocrity, I think the fans appreciate the clear sense of direction from this group.
And here we go, the Wizards fast break. Pass to Coulibaly. Back to Kispert for the 3. Rebound by the 76ers.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball on the 3-point line.
Lobbed up there for Embiid. Stolen by Kispert. Middleton with it. Picked up by Edgecombe. Here's Coulibaly. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
And it really helps their team so much with Middleton's passing with effectiveness. And it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
There's the 3. The captain with the bucket. The captain's got his second bucket tonight.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Sarr gets the bucket.
This is where Sarr wants to be, right under the hoop, within easy reach of the basket.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Jared McCain's checked in for Philadelphia. Kyle Lowry comes in for Maxey. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Took him no time at all on that one. The captain's got 9 points.
Guys with size who can shoot with range, that is a tough tandem to defend.
George against Middleton. Into the lane. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Middleton's got his second basket of the game.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
The three from George. Another three for Philadelphia.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington. So for the Wizards. George comes in for Kispert. And Carlton Carrington subbed in for Koulibaly. McCollum outside. Here's the screen. 1:06 left here in the opening quarter. The 76ers leading by 5. Embiid the screen. Mopped up there for Embiid. And stolen by Song. Middleton outside. Shot clock at 5. The 19-foot shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
A determined shooter excels at the charity stripe. Middleton will gladly head to the line.
Bagley, he's checked in for Washington. Johnson comes in for McCollum. Here's McCain. Still without a basket. They get it back outside for Lowry. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Here's Johnson. Puts up a deep 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Philadelphia, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their defense has been And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Cam Whitmore is out there with Carlton Carrington. Then it's Keyshawn George. Then there's Gill. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Back to Carrington. In the corner, George with it. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The 76ers leading by 10. And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's ready to talk things through with them. Well, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, one that doesn't get talked about enough. Length. Players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt and that wing position. It feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
Wizards making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Bone is checked in. And the captain subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Wizards trail by 10. Johnson attacking. With the drive. Carrington. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feet. Carrington's got his first 2 points. Here's Tarlock. Ends it from downtown. The captain's got the lead up to 11 now for Philadelphia.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Back to Carrington. No good with the triple. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Washington has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. After seasons of speculation and drama, Doris, Ben Simmons seems to finally be settling in.
And Kevin, maybe his career doesn't look perhaps the way many people expected it to be. But what we know is this guy is a confident, well-sized, highly skilled defensive player and a highly skilled passer. And listen, you got to get past the noise sometimes.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
Washington calls timeout. Group getting ready for the Wizards. Alexander Song, he's checked in for Jones. Corey Kispert comes in for Keyshawn George. Chris Middleton's checked in for Johnson. And it's Koulibaly in for Whitmore. Wizards trail by 14. Pass to Koulibaly. Now here's Middleton, covered by Oubre. Middleton can't get it to go.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
The captain with the bucket.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Carrington bounce pass. Sarr with it. 17 points in his last outing. Can't connect from short range.
Boy, that is tough defense. Exactly how you want to play him.
Outside for Simmons. It's Grimes on the wing. And it's good assisting on the play with Simmons. Simmons got 4 assists now tonight.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Middleton. To end the run. Over Oubre. And another miss by Washington. The 76ers leading by 20. Here's Tarlock, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 25 points for the captain.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Welcome to the floor. Your Wizards Ice.
McCollum, he's checked in for Carlton Carrington. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at the Knicks. They're moving on up. 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
Checking out the Sixers, they are rolling on a major win streak, playing at an extremely high level as we come down the home stretch of the regular season.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Kispert finds McCollum. Now Koulibaly. And another miss by Washington.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Here's Tarlock. It's rebounded by Koulibaly.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
Here's Sarr, and Sarr throws it down.
And at 7'1", Sarr makes dunking look easy. The defense has to push him further from the rim.
Embiid the screen. Lobbed up there for Embiid. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And you put the ball anywhere within a 3-foot radius of the rim, and Embiid's gonna go get it. And he's also coming with bad intentions.
29 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Off target from outside. It's tipped. Gordon, the pass to Embiid. And he lobs it up toward the rim. buzzer! Wow!
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
And so it's Philadelphia, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And we'll be right back after this.
Hi everyone, let's start things off by checking out the Player of the Month award recipients. For the East, the captain.
Finally, we're giving props to a big. Enough of these little dudes winning MVPs and awards. Basketball is for my guys, the tall dudes.
Yeah. Bigs never win anything in the NBA. Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, yeah, as someone who loved to distribute the rock, this is beautiful basketball right here.
Yeah, just watching this game has been entertaining. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Taking a look at the 76ers. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. George is out there with the captain, and it's Embiid in at the center position.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
To the inside. And Sarr throws it down.
Well, you see Alex Sarr get off the triple drive and then use that 7 foot to make it an easy finish.
And the big fella Alex Sarr showing promise. Greg especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game, and has the makings of a modern offensive game as well.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the board has been impressive. Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Wizards are letting their young guys learn on the fly. Guard Bub Carrington said the whole organization communicates to us often. We drafted you guys for a reason, they say. Don't be scared to make a mistake. Play your game, use the things that got you here, and see if it sticks. Back to you guys.
Learning on the job. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. And the 76ers call time here. Some changes for Philadelphia. Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid. Edwards comes in for Edgecombe. And Simmons subbed in for Maxey. And here's George for 3. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. George has got 6.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Middleton with it. Outguarded by Simmons. And a wide open look for McCollum. And a miss there on the triple. And so George will bring it up for the 76ers.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
McCollum against Simmons. Here's Middleton. Makes it off the glass. 8 points for Chris Middleton.
Listen, he's carrying his own weight, there's no doubt, but it is very hard to win a basketball game by yourself.
Here's Tarlock, and again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Middleton. Here's McCollum. Lays it up off the glass. McCollum's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Look at McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
Put that bucket in no time at all. 41 points for the captain.
Oh, he's been a man on a mission, and there's nothing that's slowing him down.
Pass to Coulibaly. McCollum with the screen for Coulibaly. Middleton for three. That one misses. For Philadelphia, they've gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the field here in the third, coming out of the break very hot. Drills it from outside.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Sarr with the screen on Edwards. And it's Middleton penetrating. That one good for 2. Middleton's got 10.
Slippery play by Middleton. Comes off the pick and goes on the offensive.
Tarlock. That ball, nice feed that time from George. George has got 5 assists in the game. McCollum kicks to Kispert. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
The passing skills of Paul George are simply impressive. This guy is terrific at realizing when he needs to give it up.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Washington's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Back to McCollum. Nice ball movement by Washington. Drills the three-pointer. 8 points for him. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. George goes up and lays it nice and easy.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
And Middleton kicks to Kispert. Takes a 3. Simmons with the defensive effort.
If you're a defender, your job is to make life hard on an excellent shooter. Great defense there.
The captain with the bucket.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Kispert on the wing. It's deflected, and so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
On the court.
Nine seconds left in the third quarter. And a wide open look for Sarr. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Sarr's got 11 points.
Coaches love assisted buckets, boy. It just means the team is working well together.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. 76ers on top, delivering the blowout. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Carlton Carrington is out there with Johnson. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's George. And it's Champagnie in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Here's the teardrop. The rebound by Carrington. The Wizards shooting 41% for the game. A shot by Johnson, no good. Timeout called the 76ers. And every team is trying to ward off or recover from injuries. So, Doris, how much separation is there with regards to team training staff?
Now, this is a great question, Kevin, and I think one of the things it highlights is how important every member of your staff is, from your head coach to the assistant coaches down to the training staff. An 82-game season will challenge any medical staff. They are invaluable to your organization.
Bagley, he's checked in for the Wizards. Then for the 76ers, Bonus checked in, and the captain subbed in for Simmons.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Middleton outside. Five on the clock. Rebounded by the captain. The captain's got 4 rebounds in this game. From outside the arc, sinks the three-pointer. The captain's got 57 points.
All night. He just won't let up.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Kicks it out to Johnson. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Hey, if you're looking for a three-point shootout, Johnson's ready to go. What an answer.
Hits it again. Wow. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
They set the pick. And it's off from three-point range. The 76ers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Buries the long-range jumper.
Three-point.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Carrington finds Johnson. And with NBA defenses more spread out than ever, Doris, teams are getting more aggressive, looking for offensive rebounds.
They are, Kevin, because it can be a valuable asset to get extra possessions. You're winning on the margins if you do that. And let's remember, certain guys just have a knack for getting offensive rebounds, so why not let those guys work?
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Here's Carrington, now recovering. Johnson with the bounce pass. Here's Middleton. That one's off, still out of sync. The 76ers have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Count that bucket.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
And it's George missing. Philadelphia has gotten in the groove from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Philadelphia.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And words can hardly describe the way these guys have come out game after game after game and been dominant facing both conferences. When they hit the 72 win mark, we thought it couldn't continue. And when they rewrite the record books once more, we'll say, wow, we were glad we watched it all. What a team.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for the captain.
What a groove for him this evening. Just stand aside and let the man work.
Puts up a 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Outside, Bagley. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Thanks so much. Paul, you dialed up the defense in this one. What were some of those adjustments?
Well, we're starting to pressure up. We're starting to use our hands. A team like that, you can't let them be comfortable. And we're doing a great job of just, taking away their airspace.
Well, the discomfort showed and led to a win for you guys. Congrats on the win.
Great job. Thanks for that, Allie. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Dorisburg, Greg Anthony and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, the captain.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome and thanks for joining 2K. Looking now at some numbers for Dante DiVincenzo.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And for the 76ers, Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's George. And it's the captain in at the 4-man spot.
Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards. Wow.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Something that makes this matchup interesting, Richard. Both of these teams execute at a high level on defense.
Yeah, the scoreboard could be looking underfed by the end of this game. I do think we can expect a slower game than we thought.
Now here's George. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. For 3, Randall. Philadelphia grabs the miss. They defeated Washington in their last game.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one. And that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, they just pummeled them from the perimeter. Did a nice job working the ball around and getting those high percentage looks.
DiVincenzo pass to Reed. Over Maxey. And Reed with a basket on the assist by DiVincenzo.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Edwards for 3. Sinks the tray. Edwards got 5 points.
Oh, there's another 3. Love seeing Edwards deliver the revenge triple.
Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, B.A. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. Good on the bucket. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
Here's Maxey. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Getting up and finishing. Maxey leaving no doubt.
First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Edwards. Rebound by Philadelphia.
I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised he missed that.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with Nick Nurse. Immediately, Anthony Edwards came up in our conversation, and Coach kind of chuckled and said, well, I don't know if anyone on the planet can slow this kid down. He's on his way to becoming one of the best in the league, if he's not there already. Looks like they're going to roll the dice on one of the league's most talented players. Brian, back over to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. McCain's checked in for the Sixers. Kyle Lowry comes in for Tyrese Maxey. And then for Minnesota, Gobert comes in for Reed. And Conley subbed in for Randall. It's stolen by McCain. They've got numbers. Here's Embiid. Ooh, great D that time from Gobert. Timberwolves trail by 3. Conley passes to McDaniels. Outside Edwards. Now Conley. Lowry brings the double team. Gobert finds McDaniels. Shot clock at 6. To the inside. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And Minnesota with some changes. Miller's checked in for McDaniels. Shannon comes in for Anthony Edwards. And Dillingham subbed in for DiVincenzo.
Yeah, known as one of the game's best defenders, Gobert's size and length makes him so valuable to this team. Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Here's Dillingham, covered by McCain. Pass to Conley. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Embiid. Philadelphia's gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Three-pointer. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Conley passes to Miller. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Sort of defining the term floor general. Conley has total command of this offense.
And it's Lowry penetrating, and Gobert with a block. Pass to Miller, fires for 3. That one's good, and it's Conley who picks up the assist. Conley's got 3 assists tonight.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
You have to think at this point the winner will be the one to settle in on defense.
The captain, that's good.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your 3 and I'll raise you another 3.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. The Sixers on top, leading by 3. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the 76ers.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Mike Conley out there with Dillingham. And it's Shannon in at the 3. Gobert passes to Randall. Puts up a 3. Drummond grabs the miss. The Sixers lead by 6. Philadelphia moving it around. Here's Simmons. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them, but they were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
And the mental game you talk about, a lot comes down to coaching, having your players focused.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. After an outstanding month of games, he's earned this honor, your Eastern Conference Player of the Month.
And you could not find a more deserving guy for this award. His ability to be whatever his team needs on both ends of the floor is an essential part of their success out there. 12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Gobert passes to Randall. It in off the glass.
Letting Randall get inside with the ball was a bad mistake. His finishing ability got him to the bucket.
For three, Gordon. Another three for Philadelphia.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Chris Finch getting buy-in from his players top to bottom. Anthony Edwards said, he's such a great coach and just a likable person. He will coach you hard, and he comes in ready to work every day. We look forward to working with someone like that. Back to you.
Has them bought in. Thanks much for the report, Allie. Bonus checked in for the Sixers. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Edwards is checked in, and he gets it to go.
And this is how confident Edwards is. Feels like he can sink these shots whenever he wants.
Pass to the captain, beyond the arc. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Here's Shannon, guarded by Edwards. Here's Randall. Gets it to go. Makes him 2 for 5. And Grant, in recent years, we've seen the pace of the NBA game increasing.
Yeah, it stagnated in the 90s, but it is back. We're still not at the frenetic pace of the 1960s when we see over 120 possessions a game, but the efficiency is at an all-time high.
Conley with the ball. Checked by Gordon. Pass to Shannon. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Simmons. Edwards finds Gobert. Inside, Gobert puts it in.
Yeah, great play from Edwards off the pick and roll. Moving the ball around and get another guy a shot.
Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Here's the captain. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. The captain's got 23. Randall outside. Pass to Gobert. Outside Conley. Here's Randall. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from 16. The rebound by Simmons. Here's the captain. And he jams it home with authority.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Conley passes to Edwards. Conley, a screen on Gordon. Back to Conley. From behind the arc. On target from range.
Well, Conley can be a volume scorer from the arc. The defense can't let him just have those opportunities.
Here's the pick. And he's going for the oop here. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. Conley against Simmons. Here's Shannon. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
They are shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
There's 47 seconds left in the half. Gordon on the wing. Sinks it from distance. Gordon's got 6 in the quarter.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's Edwards. No dice from the high post.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip. That is powerful.
Yes.
Big time flush from Simmons. You see how powerful he can be.
What a sensational move captured from the connected cam, sponsored by AT&T. Here's Edwards, coming off an unbelievable high-scoring game. Got a hand on it. And he lobs it up.
The alley-oop that far away? PA, I'm speechless.
Hey, you're not alone. Me too. Everybody's a spectator on that one, including the defense. Looking to end the run. He can't get it to go. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers, a sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. We'll be right back after this word.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot from line. They're thinking about the shot. One more time, a round of applause for the participants.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, it's been a mirage of threes. These days, more teams are playing outside in than inside out.
Kenny, you hurt my ears, Kenny.
Just being honest, Shaq. Just being honest with our viewers.
And this might be a good time to check out the power rankings coming down the stretch.
You know, for Philadelphia, they're holding on to that top spot, man. They're consistent and could easily win it all.
Yeah, Kenny, they've earned the Shaq stamp of approval. And you know, I don't just give that to any team.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Simmons with it. We've got Ben Simmons. He's out there with Eric Gordon. Edwards out there with Joel Embiid. And it's the captain in at the 4. That's the group for Nick Nurse getting going here in the second half. It's McDaniels on the wing. And it's in there.
And how about Edwards keeping his head up and spotting the open man?
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Some changes here for the 76ers. George, he's checked in for Edwards. Grimes comes in for Gordon. And it's Maxey in for Simmons. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. They host the Pistons after this one. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
6 to shoot. Randall on the screen. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Goes up on the wing. And Edwards the bucket on the assist by DiVincenzo. Edwards has got 9 points. The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Outside Reed, takes the 3, nails it from 3. Reed's got his second bucket on the night.
Excellent execution coming out of the break. They've taken 3 shots and made 3 shots. Only their first miss in 4 attempts. It's been a great start to the half.
Down low. A slam dunk by Reed.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Philadelphia leading by 18. Pass to Embiid. The fadeaway. Edwards pulls it in. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 4 in this third quarter. Perfect so far. It's tipped.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
The captain pass to Maxey. Hammers the lob through.
Oh, what a perfect pass to set that up.
Hey, the feed might have been pretty, but the finish, that was angry. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And we continue to see the value of NBA franchises climb. Grant, you glad you got in when you did?
Oh, yes, I am. I think beyond, though, the dollars and cents, it's just the joy of having a hand in the growth of this game and this league that we all love so much.
Edgecombe, he's checked in for Grimes. Reed finds McDaniels. Now Randall. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Edwards, the pass to Reed. And Embiid with the block.
You're not going to have much success going at Embiid like that.
Pass to the captain. Here's the three. Knocks it down from distance. The captain's got 12 now in this quarter.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Outside McDaniels. And the three off target. Philadelphia leading by 23. The captain pass to George. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. For 3, DiVincenzo. Philadelphia grabs the miss. The captain's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Anthony Edwards is truly a superstar on the rise. He said, quote, "People forget how young I am. I'm not even touching my prime yet. I'm just trying to get more efficient as every year goes by." Brian?
A star on the rise. Allie, thanks for the report. Edwards goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Edwards got 11 points.
And just an agile move by Edwards inside, allowing him to beat the contact.
The captain, that's good.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
52 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Randall. And some very quick points for him on that possession. 6 points for him.
Striking as fast as he can. Randall catches the defense unprepared with the pull-up.
George for 3, and Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Outside McDaniels. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Inside, here's Reed. Lays it up and banks it in. Reed's got 7 now in this quarter.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
The captain, that's good.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers building a mountain of a lead, up 31 points as this quarter concludes. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime-dropping ability.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the 4th quarter. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Dillingham out there with Mike Conley. And it's Clark in at small forward. Puts the move on. And here's Dillingham from the arc. Drummond grabs the miss.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Time called here. The 76ers decide to talk it over. Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Well, the 76ers shooting a sensational 78% from the field in this game. Pass to the captain. Launches it. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Simmons has got 3 assists in the game. For the Timberwolves, they're shooting a solid 53% from the floor. Randall outside. The captain with a rebound. The captain's got his 6th rebound on the night. Drummond passes to the captain. And here's Lowry. Fires from deep. Buries it from 3. Lowry's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
And there it is for him.
Great dime by Gobert. Scans the floor well to find his teammates.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this 4th quarter. Here's the captain. Connects again from distance.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. Here's Conley. And he banks in the layup. Conley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Here's the captain. Oh, connects again.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Randall outside. Shoots from 14. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
Drummond to screen on Conley. Throws it up high, and the jam by Drummond.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Conley against Lowry. And here's Dillingham from the arc. It's hauled in by Oubre.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
They set the pick. Simmons, the pass to the captain. Unable to get that one. Randall with some nice D. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the 4th quarter. Spins. It's stolen by Oubre. Here in the 4th quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Here's the captain. And yes, another basket. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
The PA, it feels like he can't miss.
Oh, there's the alley. Gobert, no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
Ooh, he dialed that one up from long distance. The captain's got 58.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the 76ers.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, BA, just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And what can you say that hasn't been already said? We knew these guys would be great coming into the year, but their complete dominance is rare. They have redefined greatness.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for the captain.
Okay, I'm going to explain what he did here. It's called playmaking. Being someone that seeks out their teammates, making the extra pass.
6 on the shot clock. And he gets it to go off the front iron.
Yeah, and Gobert's teammates encourage him to seek out his offense, especially when he's this deep.
Simmons, the pass to the captain. Randall with a steal. Here's Conley. So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA. Presented by 2K Sports. And before we go, we'll leave you with our player of the game.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForce will be our reporter tonight on the sideline. Here we are, 2 games left before the start of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the possible field. You take a look at the 76ers. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And checking out Detroit, they're down there in the 10th spot.
And right now for the Pistons, well, they have clear goals in this final month. Time to secure a spot in the play-in because that's their ticket into the playoffs.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. At the guard spots, we'll see Cunningham and Ivy. Holland is out there with Jones. And it's Duran in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the 76ers, in the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. The captain out there with Joel Embiid. And it's George in at the 3. Now here's Embiid. Fade away. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Embiid's got the opening bucket of the night here for the 76ers. Well, Greg, we know at his peak, Joel Embiid, one of the elite two-way centers to ever play in the NBA.
The former league MVP, but when you weigh close to 300 pounds and move like he did, not entirely surprising that his lower extremities took a toll.
Well, this is why you watch the floor at all times. The best shot can appear in the middle of your own.
Hits it from three-point range.
This is the kind of selfless leader Maxey is. He knows how important it is to share the ball.
The shot by Ivy, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that foot. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And Jones has it in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, they're still looking for some cohesion offensively.
Well, Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively, 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
And Embiid throws it down.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw-dropping.
For Detroit, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. It's out of bounds. With okay, they say it was last touched by Ivy. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Edgecombe.
Number 7,
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Turlock. Good on the triple. The captain's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And Stan, when you think of the most athletic teams in the NBA, the Pistons have to be right up there.
Yeah, a handful of supreme athletes. And most importantly, Kevin, they use that athleticism to attack and disrupt. That's what makes the difference.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Cade Cunningham is leading the way for this Pistons team. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said he shows belief in his teammates, and that's what leadership is. He's with you during the good and the bad. That gives the rest of his team more comfort and confidence. Back to you guys.
Establishing the mindset. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Now, here's Cunningham. Pass to Ivy. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
Embiid, the pass to the captain. Launches it. The 76ers, another three.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Now, here's Ivy. Duren with the screen on Maxey. Down low. And Duren slams it in.
And smart pick and roll play by Ivy. He saw a chance to open things up for a teammate and took it.
The captain with the bucket.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Pistons trail by 14. Jones looking for an opening. Lowry against Cunningham with the crossover. Embiid finds Maxey. It's Cunningham with the rebound. For the Pistons, their last game a loss to Minnesota. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Embiid, the pass to George. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Pass to Holland. Shoots from 12. Paul George grabs the miss. The captain passes to Lowry. Jacks up a three. It's good from long range.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
Substitution on the court.
Got it off in time, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers guys.
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
And coach, for teams defending the pick and roll, you often hear coaches talking about being at the level. What does that mean?
Well, Kevin, what it means is the guy guarding the screen, the defender guarding the screener, has to be all the way up with that guy at the point of the screen, as opposed to being in drop coverage where the guy defending the screener will lay back.
Here are the five Detroit has to start the second quarter. They've got Gabe Vincent. He's out there with Marcus Sasser. Reed out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Klintman in at the power forward position. And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Some changes for Philadelphia. The captain's checked in for Lowry. And it's Edwards in for Oubre. And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. Their last encounter was in Detroit, where they were able to handle the Pistons.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the chart.
Outside Robinson. There's a screen. It's Drummond with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range. Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. Here's Quinlan. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
Substitution on the court.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Cunningham kicks to Robinson. Cunningham against Maxey. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Philadelphia leading by 21. You know, Stan, when you talk about the skill set Cade Cunningham possesses, what impresses you most?
I think a couple of things, Kevin. Number one, his poise is outstanding. This guy never gets bothered by anything that happens in a game, by any type of adversity. He's just going to come back with the same mindset on the next play. And also, his shooting has improved so much that you've now got to defend him honestly on the perimeter, and that sets up the rest of his game.
Here's Holland. Scoreless thus far. Outside for Robinson. Just 4 to shoot. Off target from the wing.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Simmons finds Drummond. Oh, and the jam by Drummond.
And look at Drummond. Capable of rising up and dropping an absolute hammer.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. The 76ers with some changes. Bona's checked in, and it's Gordon in for Edwards. And then for Detroit, Duran comes in for Reed, and Ivy subbed in for Duncan Robinson. Cunningham against Lowry. Cunningham right side. Chalk up 2 there. Jones has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, he's building nicely off that first quarter. In a groove.
To the middle. Here's Bona. And he jams it with authority.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 6 points for Jaden Ivey. Pass to Bona. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Tarlock, that's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 26 points for the captain.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Here's Duran. It's deflected. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Simmons. Pass to Bona. Here's Tarlock. Another 3 for Philadelphia. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the 76ers?
Wow, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitant.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
How much power from Jalen Duran. Goodness.
The captain passes to Gordon. Here's the captain. Over to the left wing. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
For Detroit, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Ivy with it. Lowry picks him up. Cunningham up top. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. It's sent back down by Simmons. Always going up with the alley-oop here.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Philadelphia 76ers. Fellas, how would you respond if you were on the wrong end of a game like this?
I'm not sure because Shaq and I,
And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Philadelphia 76ers.
The offense has been well engineered, kind of like diesel engine, but much, much more advanced. More like a jet.
Yeah, that diesel engine going to...
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, now that he's established that defensive presence, guys think twice before challenging him.
In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. Joel Embiid out there with the captain, and it's George in at the 3 slot. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. The captain passes to George. Here's the captain. Back to George. Off target with his 3.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Ivy with the bucket. Now Maxey. Hasn't made one yet. And you talk about size, coach, strength, and bounce. Jalen Duren drawing comparisons now to a young Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he certainly is, Kevin. And look, I like to be careful when we're making those kind of comparisons with a young player and a Hall of Famer like Dwight Howard. But there are similarities with the athleticism and the relentless approach to defense and rebounding.
Cunningham inside. He's covered by Maxey. Cunningham's shot is off. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers, another 3.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive. Not a great start to the second half, just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And here's Ivy. He's got 8. Here's Duren. And Duren slams it in.
That is what they want from Duren. Spike it, young fella.
3-pointer. Good. Another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Detroit's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Pass to Ivy. From about 19 feet. Again, the Pistons score.
Well, I like the mid-range shot from Ivy. That's a key for him in his development.
Here's Turlock. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And slam dunk by Ivy.
And this young guy, Ivy, is doing anything he wants right now, dominating in effortless fashion.
Edgecombe, another three for Philadelphia.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
On the wing, Jones. Fires the three, buries it from three-point range. Jones has got 9.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
The Pistons have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Diversified scoring in this one for them.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Ivy. It's hauled in by the 76ers. 30 seconds left in the third. Outside, George. From downtown. And the 76ers get it back. This one for 3. And Edgecombe gets it to go. Edgecombe's got 9 points here in the second half. Pass to Holland. And here's Ivy. Will it go? And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And so it's Philadelphia with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. They've got Marcus Sasser. He's out there with Cade Cunningham. Duncan Robinson out there with Reed. And it's Clinton in at the 4 spot. Timeout called the 76ers. The captain's checked in for Philadelphia. And a switcher also for Detroit. Green's checked in. Here's Lowry. Pass to the captain. Oubre for 3. Nailed from three-point land.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Oubre with the steal. And now the 76ers on the break. Lowry with the ball. Now Green defending. The shot by Lowry, no good. Detroit's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Here's Cunningham. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Knocks down the 3-ball. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up blocked shots.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's McCain. No good on the triple. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Cunningham. Rebounded by the captain. The captain's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Well, that's what you want from Cunningham. Use your size, attack the rim.
And the 76ers call time here. The 76ers making a switch here. Drummond's checked in. And a different look here for the Pistons. Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Paul Reed. Holland comes in for Javonte Green. Jones checked in for Duncan Robinson. And it's Jaden Ivey in for Marcus Sasser. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Pass to Ivey. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That is his first foul of the game. Stan, we've seen teams make surprising playoff runs only to falter the next year. Team trajectories not always a straight line, clearly.
No, absolutely, Kevin. I would think in most cases it's not a straight line. Because, look, the other teams are all trying to win, too. That's what makes things different. So you might be slightly off the next year and someone else makes a big jump, and then it looks like your decline is a lot bigger than it is. Every year is a...
Let's meet the starting five for your Philadelphia.
There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, B.A., for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
Now look at Detroit's starting lineup. Cade and Ivey, they're the backcourt. Jalen Duren out there with Holland. And it's Jones in at the small forward position. Now here's Cunningham. And here's Ivey from the arc. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. And he lobs it up top. The captain. Pass to Embiid. Maxey with it. Picked up by Cunningham. Here's Edgecombe. Philadelphia moving it around. Another three for Philadelphia.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Holland. Philadelphia grabs the miss. They want to keep rolling here following a win against Minnesota.
And I think they were prepared to face pressure D, but that never materialized, so they took advantage.
This has been that rare night where they got pretty much anything they wanted offensively.
Oh, you need a real big-time star to win in this league. And Grant, the Pistons have that as Cade Cunningham.
Oh, my, B.A. It took until year 4 for him to really break through. Already a player who can impact the game in so many ways, but when his numbers go up across the board, that's doing something special.
For three, Maxey. Oh, and he slams it down. Wow.
Oh, my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
And he showed you great timing as well. Offensive rebounding, one of his specialties.
And it's Detroit with the ball. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And he lobs it up to the rim. And then Embiid with the dunk.
That is great timing on the lob, and Embiid finishes it off.
For Detroit, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Ivey outside. Pass to Jones. Back to Ivey. Five to shoot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Well, some lament the death of the mid-range jumper in today's game. Grant, you got any fixes?
Well, some have suggested cutting out the corner threes. If the three-point line was only like above the break, teams would probably need to rely more on that mid-range.
The 76ers making a switch here. McCain's checked in. And the basket by Embiid.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And over the last 10 games, these players have been gobbling up the most rebounds. Fourth, Jalen Duren.
Over these last 10 games, this guy has owned the boards, playing so well as of late.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. McCain against Ivy. Now here's Duren. The D's right on him. Ivy against McCain. Fires the three. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Philadelphia leading by 13. Tim, a top 5 pick in 2022. Jaden Ivey battled inconsistency in his first few seasons.
Well, he is an explosive athlete, and at this level, you can't dominate with speed alone. So he's continuing to put in work, and he's making real strides.
Here's Cunningham, following that last three-pointer by Philadelphia. Pass to Ivy. The Pistons need to get one up quick. And again, no good by Detroit.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide-open three.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, plenty of pressure for a player like Cade Cunningham, asked to shoulder the load. He said, that's what I asked for, to be in the NBA, to be in these moments. I try not to shy away from them. He practices meditation, and he says it's really helped me. Anytime I need to just reset, I can do it. Back over to you.
Able to dial it in. Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. A moment to rest and confer on the gameplay. And the 76ers will have a different look here. Drummond's checked in for Embiid. Oubre comes in for Paul George. Grimes, he's checked in for McCain. And Ben Simmons subbed in for Maxey. Detroit also making some changes. Reed's checked in for Holland. And it's Robinson in for Jones. Now the 76ers with it. It's a 21-2 run. Totally rolling here. Here's the captain. Excellent D there from Reed.
Defense did just enough to force that miss. I really expected him to get two there.
Back to Robinson. Pass to Cunningham. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. Tim, you've been vocal in your praise for Cade Cunningham, and rightfully so.
Well, B.A., on any given night, Cade can be the best player on the floor. He scores, he makes plays, he rebounds, and he processes things quickly. He always seems to be under control.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Clinton's checked in for Duren, and Sasser subbed in for Ivy.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Now here's Cunningham. A great score, averaging almost 26 a game.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. The first one falls.
You know, when you watch Cunningham, he can take total control of a game. He's got that 6'6" length, and then you combine it with his dribbling and passing ability. An impressive package.
Here's the captain. Yes, and that's Simmons with the assist. The captain's got 13 now.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around.
We're at the end of the first, and what a blowout already in this one. Philadelphia on top, opening up a huge gap. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
and their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second. Marcus Sasser is out there with Gabe Vincent. Then it's Paul Reed. Then it's Duncan Robinson. And it's Klintman in at the 4 spot. Looking at the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that have been consistently dominant on the offensive end of the floor over the last month. Philadelphia, number 1.
And over the last month, they've been incredibly efficient from the field. That means they're getting guys shots in their sweet spots.
Pass to Robinson. There's the screen. Here's Klintman. The captain with a rebound. George outside. Now here's Lowry. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Let's see the stat sheet here for Cade Cunningham. And Detroit making a change here. Green is checked in.
Javonte Green.
Pistons trail by 20. Pass to Sasser. Knocked away. Back to Vincent from outside the arc. Hits the trifecta. Vincent's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
George, no good. The Pistons have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Robinson, perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
Pass to the captain. 4-3. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. The captain's got 16 points now. For Detroit, they've gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Sasser outside. Now here's Reed. Tightly guarded. The captain with a rebound. The captain's got his 4th rebound in this one. George for 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
They're going to have to pay more attention to him on the perimeter. He's hit 4 3-pointers already today.
And at his peak, Paul George averaged 7 free throw attempts per game. Tim, that number's seen a precipitous decline.
Well, in particular, the last few seasons, and I think with his injury concerns, PA, you understand him being less inclined to hunt contact.
Pistons trail by 21. Here's Vincent. Rejected by George.
Yeah, rejecting the try there. George firing up his guys.
The captain, pass to George. Drills it from deep. George has got 9 points now in the quarter.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Some changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Bona. Oubre comes in for Simmons. And it's Edgecombe in for Paul George. And some changes here for Detroit. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Commissioner Adam Silver talked about tweaking the game. He said analytics takes sports in a certain direction because it's a coach and GM's job to win, and they'll do everything they can to do so under the existing rules. It's on us to adjust because we're also looking at the aesthetic appeal of the game. Brian?
Thank you very much for the report, Allie.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Cunningham finds Ivy. Durant in the high post. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Durant's got his first 2 points of the night.
They're going to work inside. I like how confident Jalen is from this area.
The captain misses. The Pistons have gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. Lowry against Ivy. Now here's Cunningham. He's closely guarded. Just 5 on the clock. The 17-footer. It's hauled in by Oubre.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the court.
Oh, how about that?
Oh, out of my way.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And here's Ivy from the arc. It's hauled in by the Sixers. The captain's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Edgecombe from the arc. Hits a three-pointer. Edgecombe's got 6.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Cunningham. Connects on the foul line jumper.
Yeah, and I like Cunningham from the mid-range area of the floor. It's the most difficult place for a defense to run extra traffic at you.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers cruising into the next quarter with a 30-point advantage. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. We'll be back in a moment.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race.
Taking a look here now at the 76ers, sitting in first place. They've taken care of business, but the playoffs fast approaching. They're where they need to be.
And we'll see how that home court advantage translates down the stretch. Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Well, to be honest, a good shot for one person may not be a good shot for you. Each guy on this team has to understand his limitation and play to their strengths.
Self-awareness, an important trait for those who are constantly trying to get better. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
After a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Tim, you got into the NBA media very quickly after your playing days. Were you naturally drawn to this side of the game?
Well, B.A., I think I always saw the game as a coach would, trying to watch all 10 players at the same time. So for me, the ability to stay connected to the game while also talking about it and hopefully teaching people really is what's drawn me to it from the beginning.
And no suffering the L from the broadcast table.
That's for sure. You don't have to have any sleepless nights.
Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Then there's Paul George. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's the captain in at the 4-man position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And for the Pistons, they're shooting 35% so far in this one. And here's Cunningham outside. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Oh, didn't think that was going in. George has got 6 here in the quarter.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Pass to Holland. Knocks it loose. Here's Edgecombe. George outside. Philadelphia moving it around. And the 76ers another 3.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Duren with a screen on Maxey. Duren up top. Can they get it? Deflected. Embiid misses.
Their first miss after hitting 3 straight shots, but I like their aggressiveness coming out of the half.
Here's Duren. From down in the low post, it goes. Duren's got his second basket of the night.
Well, to stop him, you have to get better rim protection than that.
George's shot is good.
They're on fire right now, shooting 80% to start the second half.
How about the motor of Tyrese Maxey, Tim? He just does not quit ever.
He's one of those guys who tracks the most miles run during games. Maxey probably wears out his shoes faster than anyone. Sharp turns, hard cuts. He's always on the move.
Fast break, Philadelphia. There's the triple. Good! Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
It's an even 3-on-3 break.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Cunningham. Give him 8. Pass to Holland. And here's Ivy from the arc. It's hauled in by the Sixers. The captain's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
There's the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
It's a great game plan, and it's great execution. They've really been in the zone.
Cunningham passes to Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
He powers through. Size and skill. That is a tough tandem to contend with.
Pass to George for 3. And again for 3. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. And here's Jones. Launches a 3. Paul George pulls down the board.
You really need to take advantage of those looks because the defense won't give you many of them.
Off target with a jump hook.
What a great look, but an even better contest. That's how you shut down the painted area.
Jones, the pass to Cunningham. Now Jones. Pass to Cunningham. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Jones. It's deflected. Fast break, Philadelphia. In transition, here they come. From the baseline, Philadelphia grabs the miss. George, right side. Good! Another from 3. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
And so it's Philadelphia, way out of reach with an enormous... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
Timeout.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Duncan Robinson is out there with Gabe Vincent. Then there's Kate Cunningham. Then there's Marcus Sasser. And it's Reed in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Philadelphia calls time here. Philadelphia making a change here. To 3, George connects from downtown. George has got 39.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
Cunningham against Oubre. For 3, Robinson. The rebound by Simmons. And the 76ers with possession. The captain. That one's in there. Drummond with the assist. Drummond's got 3 assists in the game.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Sasser outside. Now here's Reed. Drummond defending. Clock at 6. Back to Sasser. Lets the 3 fly. The captain with a rebound. The captain's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Here's George. Again, Philadelphia.
And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. It's Robinson, high post. They're running. Jumps up, and the jam by George.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
Vincent up top. No good again that time. The 76ers have got all 4 shots to go in this final quarter. Counted from distance.
Well, that's helping your team. By and large, he's taking shots he knows he can make.
Pass to Reed. Here's the captain. And he drops in the layup off the glass. The captain's got 30 points. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Philadelphia?
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
Connects again from distance.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. And when we talk about NBA wings, Legs, what are the most important skills in your mind?
Well, everybody's going to talk about scoring and also being able to defend your position. But for me, to become an elite wing, you also have to be able to create, add that escapability with your handle. Yeah, listen, Cade is too much for one defender. He didn't have a choice there but to foul him.
When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Grant, at his height, what a combination.
You know, B.A., whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just beasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage.
Looking at who's out there now for Philadelphia. McCain comes in for Oubre, and it's Lowry in for Ben Simmons. Cunningham passes to Ivy. And again, the Pistons missing. Now Philadelphia with it. They've got a 22 run going. What a pace.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the 76ers.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And with the year they've had, you expect nothing less than a victory every time they take the court. Another stellar outing for them here tonight.
And that'll put a little extra meaning on their next game. No team wants to go 0 for 4 against an opponent, no matter who it is.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Paul George.
And I love his composure. He didn't try to do too much or force things, but he was ready to take advantage of every opening the defense gave him, showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
And here are the Sixers now. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. And another one!
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Here's Cunningham. Knocks down the 18-footer.
A sharp shooter from the mid-range. Cunningham doesn't need much room to feel comfortable firing away.
Pass to the captain from deep three-point land. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
What a great performance. They have given the fans their money's worth.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
PG, you just looked confident out there. How were you able to be so effective offensively?
I just kept moving. You know, within our offense, you know, the key is to move. You know, my teammates do a great job of setting screens and getting me open. You know, I just got to, you know, stay within offense.
You have to make that defense work. Wear them out. Thanks, PG.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For reporter Allie LaForce
and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And time now to present our player of the game.